achieved.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Studio de Jefre, where it is not always Cowboys talk. Sometimes we got other things to talk about. I want to talk about the Dallas Mavericks for a few minutes, and then we will do some Cowboys with the Cowboys-Vikings full preview, get you ready for this weekend. But I do want to start with the Mavericks, because the Dallas Mavericks just kind of overhauled their roster and really changed gears, shifted directions in one night. So let me give you a brief thumbnail of what the Dallas Mavericks have done. One, Seth Curry gone. And for the Philadelphia 76ers, I think it's a great trade for them, and it's a great trade for the Mavericks, because the Mavericks are going to grab Josh Richardson from Philly, and he's a guy that didn't really fit there, but Seth Curry, Philadelphia desperately needs, because you got Joel Embiid and then you got Ben Simmons who can't shoot. So they needed guys who can just hit bombs. That's what they're looking for, guys who can just space the floor. So they get Seth Curry, one of the best shooters in the league. And they also traded for Danny Green. So Philadelphia kind of transformed their team, and the Mavericks are going the other direction. Mavericks are like, yes, you can have the better shooter of these two players, but we will take your better versatile wing defender. So the way I kind of view that is Seth Curry for Josh Richardson is we are conceding that you are getting, obviously, the better shooter, one of the best shooters in the league. But for the Mavericks, I think they would view it as bringing in Josh Richardson, who I think he's going to start, and he'll score 15 points a game. I think they view it as he's a capable three-point shooter, and he's a capable driver, and he's a good defender. So now what you got is another versatile wing defender, and like he's better at shooting threes than Seth is at playing defense, right? That's your trade-off. You're getting the better shooter, I'm getting the better defender, but my defender can shoot, and your shooter can't really defend. So for the Mavericks, they had to do this. You know, they were historically good on offense. Then they run into the Clippers, and they get stuck in a bunch of possessions where Maxi Kleber's got to guard Kawhi Leonard and Seth Curry's got to guard Paul George, and that's not going to work. So you make that trade, and then the Mavericks go through last night's NBA draft where they take Josh Green out of Arizona in the first round, and he's a 6'6", 210-pound wing defender that was an elite college defender, and he'll be ready to defend in the pros. And he can probably, I don't want to put a number on it, but he's a 3-and-D guy. That's what they wanted. Shoot threes, play defense. So they added, that's 2 wing defenders. And then we get to the second round of the draft where they took Tyler Bay, 6'7" guy out of Colorado, who was Defensive Player of the Year in his conference. That's what they're doing. They are grabbing dudes that can play defense, can either have a three-point shot or develop a three-point shot to surround the greatest open three-point shot creator in the world, Luka Doncic. So the Mavericks did a nice little shift here, and I like it. Their other draft pick is Tyrell Terry out of Stanford, and he's the Seth Curry replacement. I mean, he is a ready-made three-point bomber. He shot over 40% at Stanford, and that's with a high degree of difficulty. The weird thing about him is he's never going to be a good defender because he's about 160 pounds at Stanford last year, which I believe would make him the lightest player in the NBA if he played at that weight. But yeah, fun for the Mavs. You've still got, look, you got plenty of offensive firepower, but now you've got, like, what this league is about is versatile wing players. So now, once you have Josh Green solidly in the rotation, and now you have Josh Richardson, you add that to Dorian Finney-Smith and Tim Hardaway Jr., now you have those guys where you're not going to end up having Seth Curry guarding Paul George. That's where you're at. So good job, Mavs. I like it. It's sexy. All right, let's talk about the Cowboys a little bit because I want to preview the Minnesota Viking game for you because it's what I like to do. And the Vikings are on a 3-game win streak, which is wonderful because we want the Vikings to win this game, okay? That's what we're looking for. And what do the Vikings have? Well, Kirk Cousins started off the year poorly. I would say, the first 2 or 3 weeks of the year, it looked like, what in the world has happened to Kirk Cousins? But the last 5 or 6 weeks, Kirk Cousins has played really well. And that actually coincides with Justin Jefferson being full-time on the field, basically. So Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Kyle Rudolph, they've got offensive weapons for you. Dalvin Cook, one of the 2 or 3 best running backs in the league, they got that for you. Capable quarterback play out of Kirk Cousins, they got that for you. Overachieving defense, at least according to if you looked at the individual talent on their team, that's what Minnesota is bringing. So as a guy who wants the Cowboys to lose, I feel great about this game. Minnesota, it's not impossible that they're 4-5 right now. It's not impossible they end up with the 7 seed in the NFC. I think they're going to beat people down the stretch, and I think the Cowboys are going to be part of that. Their defense, not impressive, I don't think. To me, their best defenders are Eric Kendricks, Harrison Smith, Anthony Harris. So their safeties and their linebacker. Their defensive line is nothing special, but, I mean, they've managed to get the job done lately. So that's what you're looking at with the Vikings is you're looking at a team that offensively, even though they don't score a ton of points, boy, they got weapons. Cheetos hadn't played since week 2, and his welcome back is going to be either covering Adam Thielen or Justin Jefferson. So I anticipate that the Vikings won't have a problem moving the ball on the Cowboys. I don't think they'll have too big a problem running the ball. I think they'll be very successful in play action and throwing the ball against the Cowboys. And then the Cowboys offensively is the wild card. The good news is that Minnesota, they don't have much of a pass rush. I don't think they have a good pass rusher. They really don't. If they want to rush the passer, they're just going to have to bring extra bodies. But, hey, against the Cowboys' offensive line, who knows? Maybe not being good pass rushers doesn't matter, and you can still find your way home. But fun things to watch in this game. Jeff Gladney, the TCU corner, who is a member of the Vikings now. He was a fun prospect that I really enjoyed, so seeing how he plays will be interesting. And then for the Cowboys, I'm just tracking the young players. I want to see, can Neville Gallimore repeat what he did, the 3rd-round pick, defensive tackle out of Oklahoma? Can he repeat the nice performance that he had against Pittsburgh? Obviously, you won't have Trayvon Diggs, who is now on IR. Can CeeDee Lamb find a way to do something fun with Andy Dalton playing quarterback? Can Andy Dalton play well? I don't want him to because I want the Cowboys to lose. But we'll see. I'm not going to hold it against him if he plays well. I'll allow it. So my prediction for this game is going to be 27-17 Vikings. I'm going double-digit win for the Vikings, and that's the best thing for us, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've started doing some scouting reports on the channel, so you can look back. I made a playlist for it, so you can look back if you want to watch some of these draft prospects as I'm working my way into those. I was watching Penny? I need to look up how to say his name. Sewell, the Oregon offensive tackle. He's a stud. Maybe I'll record that tonight, and you can follow along if you want to see him play. YouTube.com/Jeff Cavanaugh. And make sure you're checking 1053thefan.com every day. And make sure that you are subscribed, that you are mashing the thumbs up button. We need the thumbs up button, and that you're leaving something in the comments. What is today? What do we want to leave in the... Oh, Chuck, by the way, here. Chuck, trade down. Give Dak a top 10 defense for the first time in his career. It's so awesome watching people fight about quarterback. I agree with you. Unless you have a top 2 pick and you've evaluated Fields and Lawrence as being monster quarterback prospects. Hell yeah. This is Captain Trade Down riding this year. Captain Trade Down's going to get his ride on. Everybody get your ride on. Everybody. Jose said, Mavs question. How do you feel about that Curry trade? Personally, I'm not mad about it. We got some good shooters in the draft that may compensate for Curry, but our D just took a huge jump. Thoughts? Yep. Like the trade. And I like Seth Curry. You know, he's the second best three-point shooter in the history of the league behind Steve Kerr by percentages. I like it. I think it worked for both teams. I think Philly gets a guy that they desperately need. When one of your best players can't shoot a lick, you got to surround him with shooters. And then hopefully that can let Embiid work down in the post, which is where teams are most scared of him. Sure, he can shoot a 3, but teams are most scared of him because he's the only efficient post player left in the league. So you get Danny Green out there, you get Seth Curry out there, and they're going to like that. And for the Mavericks, you are going to bring in a guy who fits perfectly with what you want to do in Josh Richardson that doesn't shoot quite like Seth, but defends his balls off. So You're in good shape there. They're in good shape there. I like it. Leave in the comments what you want to talk about tomorrow, and I'll do my best to take care of you. And other than that, I will see you guys at 2 o'clock today on the radio, and I love you. Bye.